I was groped on a city bus by some gray-haired guy. When I instinctively hit back, the whole pack turned on me. Onlookers swore I'd dressed like that on purpose, begging for it. The old man demanded cash for his injuries. My own family told me to swallow the insult and make it go away. Under that stacking weight, I did the only thing that felt sane. I hit him again harder and in the end walked out with both the spotlight and the payoff. One summer was still blazing. I boarded the Route 203 the same way I always did. Every seat was gone, so I hooked my fingers through an overhead strap and swayed with the lurches of the bus. At the next stop a few riders stepped off and a new wave pushed in. A chest bumped my back, the contact felt off, so I shuffled forward. The guy materialized again at my left rear, a sour smell clinging to me like static. I found no room left to retreat and buried my face in my phone to dilute the disgust. Something brushed my butt. Before I could shift, two quick, deliberate squeezes shot through me. Without a second thought I rammed my elbow backward and felt him stagger. I wheeled around and locked eyes on a man in his late 50s, face dark and creased, clothes respectable, morals missing. "Little girl, why on earth would you hit someone?" he complained, rubbing his chest. "You groped me, who else deserves it?" I shot back, voice like a whip crack. His anger flared. "Don't sling mud. The aisle's packed, maybe somebody else brushed you." I didn't budge. "Everyone around me is hauling groceries or backpacks, only your hands are free." "You were behind me, I moved, you shadowed me." "Still insisting you weren't hunting?" He stayed smug. "Proof? Any witnesses?" He canvassed the neighboring rows, nobody spoke up. His brows lifted in triumph. "Honesty matters, kid." I gave a chilly smile. "Oh, Lenny, since you're so honest, explain why the front of your pants is pitching a tent on public transit." Every head followed my stare. A small, undeniable ridge tented his zipper. He tried to shield it too late. Snickers rippled through the aisle. Flushed and furious, he snarled, "Shameless, just like your outfit. Who are you out to hook?" The trick worked. Suddenly I was the exhibit, eyes raking over my camisole and pleated skirt, tongues clicking. "Dress that skimpy, no wonder she got felt up. Stay away from girls like her or I'll break your legs." Pretty faces pack the blackest hearts, poor Lenny. I glanced down, cute, summery, nothing that screamed escort. Since when did fabric choices equal consent? I rolled my eyes. By that logic, any topless jogger should be arrested for public indecency. A middle-aged woman piped up, "Honey, men and women aren't the same. Your clothes invite misunderstanding, and you're not even hurt. Quit wasting our time." I chuckled. "Damn, what a generous heart. Saw your husband send a streamer a virtual rocket gift a minute ago. No wonder he's grinning, he's got a saint like you at home. If you're honestly in a rush, jump off and call a lift faster than you can lecture me." The woman clamped her lips and skewered her standing hubby with a glare. Problem solved. People never feel the burn until the fire licks their own skin. Lenny regarded me with contempt. "Sharp tongue, wonder what trashy home trained you. Bet you inherited the seduction routine from mommy dearest." My slap cut his cackle short. "Filthy mind, filthy world," I said, ice in my throat. "Somebody leash your mutt, it's barking in public." He spat pink onto the floor, grinned like a cracked doll, then bellowed, "You all saw it. She struck me, called me a dog. Youth these days, us old folk are just punching bags." It was 9:30 a.m., the mix skewed toward impressionable students, moms juggling toddlers, retirees clutching canvas grocery totes. Several passengers already had phones raised, yet not a single voice rose for me, only a chorus of scolding. What's happened to manners? Kids grow ruder every year. She's hiding something, or she wouldn't lash out. Throw fists over words? Who'd marry a shrew like that? Lenny's a senior, show some respect. Taking the bus will give me a heart attack if I meet brats like her. Bolstered, the old pervert preened like a rooster. I clenched my fists, wrestled the urge to pulverize him, and hissed, "I hit you, I cursed you, and I'll sue you. Grope me, and I'll gift you a jail cot." Talk is cheap, security footage isn't. I jabbed a finger at the dome camera, yanked out my phone, and dialed 911. Lenny's face twitched, but he smoothed it back into calm defiance. Call the cops, then IV got nothing to hide. The other passengers chimed in that they couldn't stand seeing an old man bullied by a kid, and they volunteered to testify for Lenny. The officers arrived fast, asked for the story, then requested the security camera footage from the driver. The poor guy looked sick. Camera's been busted since last Friday, haven't had time to fix it. My stomach dropped. No wonder the creep had looked so smug, he'd been counting on this. Did he really think that let him walk? The officer turned to the writers. Had anyone seen the man touch me? Blank stares all around. Lenny's eyes darted everywhere. Officer, this girl's making up filthy lies out of thin air. She rammed her chest into me and slapped me. Can't let that slide. What do you want, then? 20 grand and I forget the whole thing. He put on a magnanimous grin that made me laugh in fury. I held back then, didn't. While nobody was looking, I planted my foot square between his legs. If he couldn't control that part of himself, he didn't deserve to keep it. He curled up like a shrimp, howling, still slandering me. Look, officer, she assaults me right in front of you. Where's the law? I'll press charges, lock her up. To keep from clogging the system, the cops took us both to the precinct. The officer suggested we settle privately, one old, one young, neither easy to punish. Neither of us budged. I said he groped me, he said I slugged him. I had zero proof, so every sentence I spoke arrived half a beat weaker. While we stared each other down, his family stormed in, 7 or 8 bodies filling the room. Dad, are you okay? You scared me to death. A stylish woman clutched his hand, dabbing her eyes with tissue that stayed bone dry. After whispering together, she dropped the grief act and scanned the room. Which little witch hit my father? Her gaze finally slid to me. Figures looks trashy enough to molest a pensioner. Officer, Dad just went out for groceries and got assaulted. Who knows what internal injuries he has? Pay up. Everyone stared. I didn't bow. No cash. Take my life instead. The woman opened her mouth, but the officer cut in. She's a minor. Even if you squeeze her, she can't pay. Her parents are on the way. Wait. Grumbling, they sat. I glanced up from my phone. Across the table they squashed together, cigarette butts tossed on the floor. A little kid met my eyes and pulled a monstrous face. His mom praised him for it. One man never looked up, just kept fiddling with his phone, and the outline of my plan hardened. Soon the door swung open. Lila, you wretch, always dragging our name through mud, can't even leave the house without landing in jail. Dorothy started screeching before her shoes crossed the threshold. I said nothing. Hank followed, broad and brutal, face like a storm. The other side half stood without thinking. Hank's voice rumbled. Who'd my daughter hit? I knew that tone. He was already bored with the conversation. The father-daughter pair nudged each other. Lenny stepped forward, polite now. Brother, here's the thing. Your girl claimed I felt her up on the bus, then smacked me when she lost her temper. See the handprint? 20 grand and I walk away. Gone was the arrogant sneer he'd given me, and the courtroom vow to bury me had vanished too. A measly slap worth 20,000? Hank narrowed his eyes. Lenny shivered. What do you feel is fair? He asked, voice dropping. 10 grand, final offer. Watching him bargain, still sure I was lying, just haggling over the price, told me everything. Polite to strangers, then he'll come home and swing at us. All that muscle wasted on the family, no wonder Mom divorced him. She remarried within a year, so he's convinced she cheated. I'm 7/10 her face, which makes me a daily reminder. Yet he fought tooth and nail for custody, not for love, but for free elder care someday. He'd never truly stand up for me. Don't pay. I didn't do anything wrong. I barked. Hank whipped around, eyes like knives. I stared straight back. Not this time, I am done shrinking. Dorothy jabbed my arm. You don't get a vote. Dress like a tramp and men will notice. Just like your mother can't scrub the stench of the streets off either of you. The woman across the table took matron's tone. You'd better discipline your kid. Riding the bus half-naked, probably fishing for attention. And she talks back, no manners at all. I yanked free of Dorothy's grip, lunged, grabbed her hair, and cracked 2 slaps across her face. I'm young and pretty. If you're jealous, just say it. Yeah, I'm rude, but your family's oozing politeness. Cameron gropes a minor on a city bus, your daughter spouts lies, and the son-in-law won't look anyone in the eyebirds of a feather. The cops yanked us apart. Officer breathed in my ear, don't lose it. The station is wall-to-wall cameras, you're handing them ammo. I shot her a calm look. Reason doesn't work on thugs. The woman cupped her reddening cheek and wailed, psycho. Being underage means you can slug people? You officer saw it. She hit me first. Add what she did to my dad and we want 50 grand, or I'll march to her school gate and let every classmate and teacher know exactly what she is. I folded my arms and watched her tantrum. Dream on. Pay you? Try the next life. Dad's temples throbbed. He swung one meaty arm and decked me. Grandma watched with ice in her eyes. Enough, Lila. How long are you gonna keep this circus going? If you hadn't stirred crap I wouldn't be out 50K. Pathetic little get lost. Facing them, his tone melted. We'll settle and pay. The kid doesn't know better. I'll apologize for her. Show me your QR code. I scrambled up, stepped forward, and smacked the phone from his hand. My fix. Back off. Since 4th grade I'd been dumped at boarding school. On weekends I still cooked, scrubbed laundry, and scoured pans in the smokehouse kitchen. I aced every exam, worked like a mule, got slapped and cursed anyway. Whenever I clashed with classmates they ordered me to swallow it. Be reasonable, be good. What did reason and obedience buy me? Now a stranger molests me and I'm supposed to smile and say nice job? Why must the victim shut up while the creep walks free? Because women are weak and born to be trampled. I won't swallow this. If my family won't stand up for me, I'll get my own justice. Dad retrieved the shattered phone, so furious he laughed. Tough now, huh? Fine Mom, let's bounce. Let's see Her Highness cough up 50 grand. Maybe your precious remarried mommy can write the check. He dragged Grandma away in long strides, leaving me alone. I wasn't scared. He was right, I didn't have the money, because I had zero intention of paying. Decent methods don't work on shameless trash. Their side grinned wider once I'd chased my own folks off. The old man sneered, no wonder you snarl at strangers, your own flesh and blood can't stand you. A clueless brat thinking she can flip the table. Crawl back to mommy or enjoy juvie. Record means no college wants you. I let fear flash across my face, then forced out, you want cash? Fine, go get an injury assessment. If I really hurt you, I'll pay. Cameron hesitated, a hospital report would torpedo their 50K fantasy. His daughter tugged his sleeve and whispered, his grin snapped back. Deal. When the papers are out, don't you dare renege. His yes curved my mouth, the bigger the mess the better. With the cops pushing, the report landed the next afternoon. 24 hours can birth a lot of schemes. When officer summoned me, I walked in on time. The woman inspected me, smug. Thought you'd chicken out. Wouldn't miss the show. Still sassing? My dad 1st degree minor injury, me 2nd degree. Little sis, you're not coughing up 50 but 70. Beg your family now, we're generous. I leafed through, snorting. One slap, one chest bump, one groin tap and it's traumatic brain bleed? Tell that to people stuck in hospital beds. You banking on my ignorance, or on the cops having none? Her gaze flickered, then she jutted her chin. Internal damage written right there. Less yap, more cash. I slid the sheet to the officer. I don't buy forged medical files. The cop skimmed, face hardening. Leonard, Carly, extortion has limits. A slap can't give your dad intracranial bleeding. These are scratches at worst. Where'd this assessment come from? Carly chirped. We went to the hospital you guys specified exactly like officer told us. College entrance scores can be faked, why not medical reports? I locked eyes with Carly, her color drained. Still she spat, accusations need proof. Public servants don't break the law. Hard to say rats cluster. Some trash absolutely would. Bullshit. Our family - Carly started to snap back, then realized I was baiting her and could only glower. I wasn't letting the topic drop. 8. I jumped on her words. Your sister-in-law works at that hospital, what a coincidence, and she happens to be college roommates with the doctor who produced your injury assessment. That purse you couriered to her wasn't cheap. You folks sure invested a lot in educating me. When the accusation hit, their faces drained white, they stammered, trying to explain to the police. But the officer was busy leafing through the evidence I'd handed over and didn't spare them a glance. Yesterday, the instant I saw their expressions, I'd smelled a rat, so after I left I hired someone to tail them. Every dinner bought, every gift delivered, was photographed. Seeing the game was up, Carly kicked over the jar. Fine, forget the 70 grand, 30,000 is still owed. Medical bills, lost wages, nursing fees, transportation, hotel, nutrition, rehab, none of that's free. I answered airily, sorry, I'm broke. Not paying. The old man who'd been watching couldn't take it any longer. You little slut, you put me in this state, now you dare refuse to cough up? I opened my eyes wide and covered my mouth in mock shock. Impotent? That's wonderful, you should thank me. Abstinence at your age can add years to your life. Next time you ride the bus and spot a pretty woman, you won't react and embarrass yourself in front of everyone. There were civilians waiting on paperwork, so I made sure my voice carried. Every gaze in the room slid toward the old man's crotch. He felt the sting and the humiliation, mostly he burned with rage. Shut your hole. Despite his age, he moved fast, one stride, and he swung at me. I sidestepped, slipping behind the officer and flashing him a taunting smile. He panted like an overheated bull, emotions boiling over, lashing out indiscriminately, and his fist caught the cop full in the face. I barked, go ahead, hit me if you want, but assaulting an officer? That's a crime. Reason seeped back into his eyes. When he noticed the blood the officer was wiping away, cold sweat slicked his brow. Still, he couldn't help glaring at me. You did that on purpose. Old, slow, took you long enough. I spread my hands, all innocence. I stopped you in time, least you could do is show a little gratitude. His face flushed crimson, his chest rose and fell, and his fists clenched, unclenched, clenched again. His daughter kept patting his back, but neither could refute me. They settled for murderous stares. Stare all you like, I won't shed a single skin cell. 9. With the circus winding down, Carly's mind raced. Finally she spoke. Officer, I'm really sorry you got dragged into this. About the compensation. The officer lifted his gaze from the file I'd just delivered, swollen lip barely moving. She doesn't owe you anything. Carly lost it. What do you mean? She hits people and walks free? Is there any justice left? Guess good looks really do trump the law. Citizens are screwed with cops like you. The cop finally snapped. Pratt, watch your mouth. This is a police station, we follow the law. When a psychiatric patient assaults someone while experiencing an episode, criminal liability simply doesn't apply. He flicked my medical file onto the desk. The folder read Riverdale. Carly's eyes bulged. That perfectly normal, sharp-tongued girl? Mentally ill? That record's a forgery, right? Because you fake things you assume everyone else does? Sorry, my bipolar diagnosis is 3 years old. Yesterday I was actually on my way to pick up my prescription. I could have kept my temper, but your dad kept poking until I snapped. You know how it is when you go crazy, you'll do anything. I whispered the last sentence right into her ear. Watching the fear bloom in her eyes made me laugh out loud. The officer said bluntly, bottom line, no money for you. Hanging around here won't change that. Carly forced a brittle smile. Fine, we'll let it go. Can't argue with a kid. We've got places to be. As they bolted for the door, I stepped squarely in their path. Going somewhere? My tab is settled, yours isn't. We're dropping our complaint, what more do you want? This is a rule of law country, don't try anything. Seeing her flinch back a pace, I answered unhurriedly, when I'm lucid I always obey the law, so I'm suing you. You've raked in quite a bit from live streaming these past 2 days, haven't you? 10. The moment the words left my mouth, the man stealthily pressed his phone screen dark and slipped it into his pocket. I watched the sleight of hand in silence, plenty of ways to nail him for that later. Carly tried to bluff. Live stream? I have no idea what you're talking about. I need to get back to work, so stop wasting my time, move. Stop wasting my time, move. The words echoed back, half a second delayed, from the Bluetooth speaker I'd paired, blasting through the room. The other side stared, bewildered. I helpfully tilted my phone so they could see the live stream still running. Even after I called you out, you still can't bring yourself to end the stream, you must be raking it in. Let me check the top donor, oh my god, 20,000 already? Netizens sure love a white knight moment. I watched the man fumble to kill the broadcast, then added, too little, too late for damage control. You streamed me without consent to milk sympathy and tips, trampling my right of publicity and privacy. You also smeared me as some kind of call girl, sicking the mob on me, trashing my reputation and my life. You're swimming in cash while your little stunt sent my condition spiraling. My psych files are right here, nothing forged. Demanding 10 grand for emotional damage compensation and a short vacation behind bars? I'd say that's generous. Each sentence bleached their faces another shade, by the end they were sheet white. Carly's lips parted, but no sound came out. Yesterday's go get an injury assessment ploy had been pure stalling so I could grab fresh medical documentation and level my mood. I know my illness, and I wasn't about to let them use it against me. The folder I'd handed the officer had already been flipped through, IP logs, stream archives, screen recordings, comment section screenshots, tip and gift ledgers, every last byte. The officer's matter-of-fact voice rang out, Carly, Greg fabricating facts online, inciting harassment, violating Lila's privacy rights and right of publicity for illegal profit. Gifts received, $40,000. Threshold met. Forfeit the gains, compensate the victim, and enjoy 7 days or more in detention. The words fell like hammer blows, their expressions shattered. Carly slumped to the floor, and the relatives who'd come sniffing for scraps tiptoed away. Their little boy heard that both parents would be punished and glared at me like a furious kitten. I answered with a sweet smile. He cannonballed forward. Bad woman. Hurt my mom and dad. I'll kill you. I sidestepped, momentum did the rest. He face-planted, scrunched up, and wailed. The cry jolted Carly back to life. She scooped him up, heartbreak all over her face, then flicked her eyes toward me, only to flinch away. He's just a kid, why stoop to his level? Kid or not, he swung at me. Should I have stood there and taken it? I'm not his mother, I don't do free passes. My barb landed, her face twisted. Out of the corner of my eye I spotted the old man trying to slip out. Lenny, where you going? Didn't you preach that honesty is the best policy? Groping me on that city bus, man enough to do it, too scared to own it? Your grandkids right here, set a good example. Every head swiveled. His feet froze. He put on a dignified air. You're insane. I told you I never touched you, yet you keep slandering me. An old man's reputation ruined. An officer cut through the wailing. Leonard, June 17, Route 203, sexual assault on a minor, evidence solid, victim refuses settlement. 5-day detention. As the cuffs clicked shut he kept muttering, this can't be happening, it wasn't supposed to go like this. Watching Carly's world collapse, I offered a cheerful reminder, thank your husband's nonstop live stream. A girl on that same bus took a selfie for her boyfriend and in the lower right corner captured your daddy's wandering hand. 3-second gif, plenty long enough for a cozy jail stay. Oh, And I CC'd all the evidence to your sister-in-law's office inbox family reunion in lockup, just like you always wanted. Did you know hubby keeps a side account? He spammed me for weeks dinners, designer bags, how his wife isn't half the woman I am. Rough draw in the birth lottery, and apparently in the husband lottery too. Greg stood there blank, so I met his eyes with a smirk. Must be hard to remember every girl when you mass message half the city. He stared at the floor, couldn't meet my gaze. Carly read the guilt in his face and lunged, fists flying. I grind double shifts to keep us alive, raise the kid, and you $5,000 a month still sneak around behind my back. I'll kill you, deadbeat. All men are trash. Dog eat dog, exactly the show I'd bought tickets for. In the end, the happy couple earned 10 days detention and a bill for $10,000 payable to me. When I stepped out of Riverdale precinct, the air tasted like sugar. Thanks to them I was trending. A few hundred follower account ballooned to 6 digits in 48 hours. Survivors poured into my DMs, you gave us the guts to fight back. More sisters followed, taking predators down. I applied to college as a pre-law major. One day I'll have the tools to help every victim secure justice. We're born naked, the dirt is in people's minds. May every pleated skirt bloom like a flower beneath the law. The end. Thanks for listening. If you liked the story, hit like and share. Drop your thoughts in the comment section, subscribe for more, and see you next time.